Hey everybody, it's time again for my What the Hell moment of the day. And today's What the Hell moment is brought to you by my son's school. My son has some learning disabilities and a couple other issues, and we have been trying really hard for the last, 8 school years to get this recognized and get him some help. And unfortunately, the school districts here do not make it easy for you by laying out how to request testing or to get the process started. So thankfully, I have a little sister who is in public schools and is really, really good at what she does. And she was able to tell me how to get the ball rolling. So I got the ball rolling, had my initial meeting with the team, which is code for we're going to get a bunch of administrators and people from the school into the room with you, and just you as the parent, and we're going to try and intimidate you and make you cave to what we want without making it obvious. We're going to call it a team that's going to help your child. Nice try, wrong woman to try and intimidate. So I had the first meeting. We filled out all the paperwork to start the testing. I will say that the process is pretty good in that they cannot do anything at all with my child unless I agree to it in writing. So I agreed to all this testing, all this happy horse shit. And they had until the 19th of November, by law, 90 days, to have all of it completed and have a plan for my son in place. Well, last week, which was way after the 19th of November, I emailed them and said, what the hell? You guys haven't called me, you guys haven't emailed me, mailed me anything. What's going on with my kid? Did I miss a step? What's going on? So I get this email back that says, oh, we're real sorry. I'm in charge of the team, but the other team people have not turned in their findings yet. No, whiny, whatever. And I'm thinking, what? So then I get a phone call from the school psychologist who decides to, first of all, be real confrontational with me on the phone, demanding to know why my son was not in school that day, because how could he test him if I didn't send him to school? My son had pneumonia. And you had, and this was December 3rd, 4th, somewhere in there. You had until the 19th of November to test him. What happened to all that time? Why all of a sudden do you want to do it because I made a phone call? So I nicely informed him of that, as nicely as you can imagine I would do it. Wherein he then decided to whine and complain and tell me that his car had broken down and and all his stuff was in his car. And what the hell does that have to do with my kid? We've got 2 vehicles. If one of my vehicles is in the shop and it has all my work stuff in it, I take the other one and I go to where my stuff is in my car, get it out and take it to go to work. If I only have one vehicle, I make sure all my stuff for work is out of it. I don't make excuses. You do what you got to do. You're an adult, right? So anyway, that's the backstory. We had our meeting concerning my son. Okay, so what they do is they put all the forms and stuff on a projector so that I can see everything that they're doing in the computer, and the whole team can see it too. My son was supposed to be in this meeting, but it makes him very uncomfortable. So I was not upset that he missed half of it for other reasons. And we're going through this, and there was a teacher in there that I didn't recognize. She was sitting in for the teacher that's supposed to be one of the leads on his team, and I give her a huge pass. It's fine that she didn't come because she had a baby the day before the meeting. Well, that's a really good excuse to not come. I have no problem with that. And I'm actually kind of glad that this substitute person was there, because we're going through, and one of the areas that my son struggles most in is math. Okay, he seriously has a problem with math, as in he is 13 years old and he cannot do addition and subtraction even with numbers over 20, because there's a cognitive problem there. He's got He's got a learning disability. He's not stupid. He's got a learning disability. I'll hurt somebody for calling him stupid. Watch me. So they've got all this up on the board and his grades from the last 2 years. He was held back last year, and all the way through it's F, 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 failure, failure, failure in math, right? I don't know what the coding for these classes is. I don't understand that. I'm not a teacher. When I see 7th grade math, the core math plus, I had been told that when he was retained, he was going to be given interventions in the class, that they would be helping him. So I'm thinking plus intervention. This little teacher that was in there, who I could have hugged, says, wait a minute, because they're kind of like flying through all this stuff. She says, we need to stop right here. Does anybody else see the problem with what I'm seeing on the screen? Well, I don't know, other than, yeah, there's a problem. My son is failing so many things and I'm asking for help and y'all aren't helping. She says, why is this child who has been failing math consistently in an advanced math class? What the hell? When they put my son in math this year for his repeated 7th grade year, they put him in advanced math classes and advanced science classes. The 2 subjects that he is the weakest in, they put him in advanced classes. And no one caught this? The principal, actually vice principal, was in on this meeting, and I swear all the veins in his neck and his forehead popped out, and he got real upset, and he wanted to know who had done this. Well, I didn't make his schedule. Well, this has all been rectified. My son is now being moved as of Monday into a math class that is basic math with a special needs teacher in the room. He should have had that from day one. This is my son's first period class. My son, who loves school, I couldn't understand why this year has been so difficult for him to actually get excited about going in the mornings. He used to be like up and ready to go, and he's kind of been depressed by it. I guess I would be too if every morning, the first thing in the morning, I was put in a class full of people who really excelled at that subject, and I didn't understand a single thing that was going on. My kid has been going through that since the beginning of the school year in September. What the hell? Rest assured, my son now has an IEP in place that I have agreed to. In fact, that I have demanded. And at this point, I think they're going to do anything and everything I ask, since one of my statements in that lovely IEP meeting was, if my child doesn't turn his work in on time, he receives a 0. You guys had until the 19th of November, and you didn't turn in your stuff. You failed. You're failing my son. The next meeting we have, if things haven't been straightened out, it will be including a member of the school board and an attorney. So I really do think that they're going to take care of my kid from here on out. He's a good kid. He's a bright kid. Every teacher said, we love having him in the class. He's the most respectful child we've ever had. He better be. What the hell? We put him in the wrong class. So that was my what the hell moment of the day. I have a child with special needs, and instead of addressing his special needs, you shoved him in a class that was way beyond him, and then you want to sit here and browbeat him as to why he's failing. I think that doesn't even qualify as a what the hell. That's a what the fuck moment. Sometimes I really consider homeschooling my child. The only reason I don't do it is I don't feel that I am patient enough, nor am I qualified to teach a special needs child. Maybe I need to go back to school and get qualified so I can learn how to teach my son. So there's my moment of the day. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.